So creating a button or a clickable region in Scratch isn't very hard to do. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm not going to use the cat. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the trash can here and get rid of the cat. I'm going to click on the choose a sprite button here. And I want a button from here. So I'm going to type in the search bar here, button, and I can see the different buttons I have to choose from. I'm just going to choose button 1 right here. Now if I look at the costumes right up here, I can see that there's only one costume, and I might get a second one just to have some flexibility with it. So I'm going to right click on this button 1 and duplicate it, and now I've got 2 of them. In this second one, I'm going to click on this middle region. This is my fill, and I'm just going to say, well, let's make the fill more of a red, and then we'll make this a little bit more of a red as well. And then we'll do the same thing with the outer part here. I'll click on the outer part and change this fill, and maybe the first color will be this red, and lighten it up a little bit, and the second color will be another red. So we'll do something like that. So I can go back now to my code and start getting ready. So I'm going to move my button into place, and what we need to do is first of all create an event so that when we click the button something happens. So maybe what we'll do is we'll change the backdrop. So to do that I need to have 2 backdrops ready. So if I look at my backdrops right now, I've just got this white one. So I can click on either this button here to choose a backdrop, or if I'm in the backdrops tab, either one. So I'm going to click on choose a backdrop, and maybe we'll start just with this first one, the Arctic. One is white, one is the Arctic. I don't need this white, so I'm just going to delete it. And I'm going to use the second backdrop, and maybe this second backdrop will just be the blue sky right here. So Arctic backdrop to getting started. I'm going to button down here in the corner, and I'm going to go back. Make sure that button with the backdrop, because you can program. You can see you can program with the backdrop, but I want to program within button 1, so I'm going to click on that. In button 1, I need to have an event that starts my script. This is when this sprite is clicked. That's this right here. So I'm going to bring this out. So when this sprite is clicked, all I want to do is change the backdrop. So what I'm going to do is go to looks, and if I scroll down here, it says switch backdrop to blue sky, or it says next backdrop. So if I do next backdrop, every time I click on the button, it will switch over. So if I bring this out, you can see that when I click on the button, it'll constantly switch back and forth between my 2 backdrops. If I were to say just switch the backdrop to blue sky, I click on it now, and it's always going to stay the blue sky because it's always changing. So that's the difference between the 2. And I can do all kinds of things. So I can do something different. I might have the button say something. So maybe it'll say hello for 2 seconds. And now when I click on the button, it's going to say hello for 2 seconds. So basically, any kind of event that you have going on here, you can have things pop up. You can have another graphic pop up. So for example, let's say that I want the button to show another sprite. I'll come over here, and I'm going to choose the cat and bring the cat back. Now, I don't want to see the cat when we first start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the green flag here, right? So I'm going to go to events when green flag is clicked. So that's usually how things start. And with the cat selected here, I'm going to go to looks and say hide. So now you're going to see that when I click on the green flag, the cat's going to go away. To bring the cat back, I want to click on the button. So what I'm going to do is go to button 1 here, and we're going to create a message for the cat to listen to. So I'm going to go over to events, and I'm going to broadcast a message. Now message 1 doesn't mean much, so what I'm going to do is change this to new message, and I'm going to type the message show the cat and click OK. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to my cat, and the cat's going to listen for that message. So it says when I receive show the cat, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to looks, and we're going to go to show. And now I click on the green flag, the cat's missing, but I click on the button and the cat shows up. So by figuring out what kind of interactions you want to do within Scratch, you can start to program all kinds of clickable regions that will do a variety of things.